You're listening to The Twisted bringing you original and unique, host-created, recorded live in world-famous Cocoa Beach, Florida.
And welcome to the Twisted 10. I am one of your hosts. Well, I'm the host for today's episode anyway, but I'm one of the hosts. My name is Tach. And just to the right of me,
I am a guest this week. I am Adam.
And sitting over there in the lady chase.
Hi, I'm Andrea Joy.
And with us as always is the hilariously funny...
I'm Jay Alvarez, and I am also a co-host.
All right. So, as you guys know, we got Halloween coming up.
Ooh.
Right?
Spooky.
Anybody have any special plans? I know that...
Yeah, we're doing a little party.
Yeah, you guys are having a party. But on actual Halloween, any plans?
Well, theoretically, we're going to be in here recording, so we might be...
we will.
You know what? We should probably leave the ding-dongs of the doorbell.
I have some surprises for you guys.
Oh, we can turn that episode into a drinking game. Yeah, for every doorbell that rings during the podcast, you can take a shot.
It's going to be 0.
I'm shutting off the light.
It's 0 anyway. The neighbor already told me that this is like
A
nothing.
dead neighborhood, really?
Nothing on Halloween.
Ooh, a dead neighborhood.
Well, probably not as late as we record. Yeah, he's probably right. It is pretty dark by the time we start.
I should get a cute little gift, Halloween gift with some candy and a little doll in it for their little girl. Oh, I'm sorry. We're doing a show.
It's okay. So yeah, we will be in here in Halloween. It's our recording night.
Yeah.
And it's Halloween coincidentally, so
But it won't release till a few days after that.
do you want that to be the Halloween episode? Even
Hell
though it'll
no.
be after Halloween. So this is the Halloween episode.
Let's do it tonight. I mean, that's kind of up to you at this point.
Well, I mean, I have a spooky theme here.
Sweet.
So, welcome to the Halloween episode, everybody.
Ooh, all right. Is there a twist in this week?
Oh, what?
Do you have a twist this week?
No, I had no twist this week. So, for those of you who this is your first episode, the show is called The Twisted 10, and what we do is a different host hosts every episode, and they come with their own original top 10 list of whatever we want, and then we all discuss it, break it down, hack it, what have you.
No limits. It could be anything from past inventions that were debunked to conspiracy theories to end of the world events to... What was your episode that you just did? Oh, things found in the human body. It could be
Mythical
anything.
creatures, princesses,
Right.
unicorns.
That's right.
Unicorns
And
could be in there
so
too.
this is all original lists. We do steal them from different things on the internet. However, but we put this list specifically together on our own just for the show. And a lot of times it takes a long time to prepare, right, Andrea?
Right, it does.
So Andrea has opted out of making lists from now on.
Oh, she'll make another
Only
one.
because she had such a hard time. Well, here's the main reason is you're using paper and a pencil.
What's wrong with paper and a pencil?
Try the internet.
It's what the savages use, madam.
Yeah, you're Amish girl. I mean, you can copy and paste on a tablet.
I don't have a tablet.
Okay.
Use this one.
Sometimes you just can't beat the feel of real copy and paste.
That's right.
Sometimes you just really need to cut it.
That's what my college professors... Professor... God damn it. Let me start that over. That's what my college... I can't even fuck it. Continue.
Your college
I can't say it.
professors over at the YMCA?
Now I just want to say it with a lisp.
Okay. So this week, everybody, is our Halloween episode. So this week's title with no twist is Top 10 Twisted and Haunting, True Police Stories.
Ooh. I like it.
So, gather around the campfire, kids.
Do you have
What's that? Oh,
Wow.
you like the ambiance? Yeah, just had a producer just put it together.
Did you say you had a pretty surge put together?
Yeah, pretty search and
Producer.
producer.
Okay. Search is good.
I had the producer put that together. So anyway.
yes.
All right, so I got all my information. By the way, I have to shout out, if you will, to the YouTube channels of Corpse Husband, Shadow in the Closet, Top 5 Unknowns, The Grim Reader, and Joey's Nightmares. So this is where I got all this information from.
Hey, Joey.
All right.
Okay, so Are we ready to begin?
I'm sorry. He said, "Hey Joey," and I finished that sentence. And I'm like, "Hey Joey, tell these guys about the night terrors you used to have. Yeah, all the nights where as an adult you would wake up sweating in your face and peeing in your pants. Those things there. Joey's nightmares. Sorry, that was."
Could you just hand me one of those marshmallows to toast before we start?
Yeah. Hold
Are
on.
we making s'mores?
Totally.
Yeah.
Man, I'm hungry too.
There you go. Did you make? I like my marshmallow set on fire
And then blow it
blown
out.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear the wolves?
Oh, shit. Hurry to go on the show when they get here.
Okay, so let's start at number 10.
Number 10.
10.
I call this one Man in the Yard. A police officer is dispatched to a home of an old woman late at night who had claimed that she had witnessed a man standing in her yard and just staring at her. Not saying a word or reacting, just staring back at her while she was on the phone with 911 dispatcher. After a few minutes of the man just staring at her, he eventually just took off into the darkness. Moments later, the police arrived and find no traces of anyone being in the yard. Upon further investigation, they noticed muddy footprints in the woman's living room, leading to and from the front door.
Whoa,
They
in
asked
the living room?
Yeah. They asked the old woman if she had gone outside, and she said she hadn't. They finally realized that the man was actually being seen as a reflection in the window from behind her in the same room.
Ooh.
So they're like, it's a good thing you were on the phone with 911 because God knows what would have happened.
Yeah, no shit. He was probably like, I don't see him, but does she see me? I keep looking for this guy she's looking at in the yard, obviously.
He walks over and looks out the window too. I don't see anybody either.
What you looking at, bitch?
There's somebody in the yard. He's like, "Oh shit, that's my wife."
He's getting bigger. He's growing somehow. And unfortunately, I didn't get like states or where these or dates of any of these stories. So,
Well, if there's one in there about dumbasses, I can guarantee you that's from Florida.
Florida. All right, number 9.
Number 9.
9.
Child's Play. Late one snowy night, a police officer was on patrol in a neighborhood and was told to keep an eye on an old house that was scheduled to be condemned soon. It had a history of people trying to break in and steal the copper. Upon second trip by the house, the officer noticed that the back door was open. He also noticed that there were no footprints leading up to the door in the snow except of his own. He just chalked it up to be wind or something and decided to investigate anyway, just to make sure. As he walked in, he sees that the walls are torn down, piles of debris everywhere, just like you would expect from a house about to be demolished. The officer sees no one inside, but then hears a thump from upstairs. He calls out that he is the police and they needed to come down and leave the premises. He then hears what sounds like children playing upstairs. Ooh. He quickly scanned the downstairs and made his way upstairs cautiously. He thought maybe for a moment that it had been an animal, but he was sure he heard children laughing. Sure enough, as he slowly kept up the stairs, he continued to hear the children laughing. As soon as he made it to the top, it got eerily quiet. Upstairs, there was a hallway and 3 bedrooms. After clearing all the rooms with nobody to be found, he sees a pile of debris in the middle of the last room, and on the top of the debris pile is a page torn out of a children's book. And on that page is a picture of a police officer. The officer ran out of the house and never returned again.
Oh, creepy.
That's a ballsy dude for going into that building by himself. Let's just be
that's
honest.
true.
Right.
Oh, man, I got it. You won't believe what number... No, there's another story that's even worse. Actually, I may not have put that one on there.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, screw that. Yeah.
By the way,
I would never go into that fucking house.
I spent a long fucking time on this list tonight. So I spent hours combing stories on the internet to YouTube videos and listening to these stories all day today. By the time I was done with the list, literally, I shut this thing when it was out the door to come here.
To come over here? Yeah.
Yeah. From the
That sounds
time
like the
I
most
finished,
horrifying day. I'm sorry.
I know, like, it affected me. Like, I was just in this, like, feeling of, like, doom and death and just, like...
Creepy state of mind.
Yeah, and I was just like, I was even talking to my girlfriend about it, on the way over, and she was like, well, I'm sure it'd be fun once you get around the guys and you start talking. I'm like, yeah. Which,
Not
by
until
the way,
you start this list again.
No, I think I'm good now, but no, it did help since, it's our second episode we're recording, so I appreciate that. You guys got me out of my gloom.
Oh, that's all good. You're putting all three of us into one, though.
Yeah.
No, don't forget gloom. I'm just going to be jumpy now. Anytime something jumps in the bush,
Yeah.
what the fuck is that?
Let me ask you this:
scared me.
Is that what I thought? That's what happened.
I saw his reflection in the window, and I was just like,
during
"Shit,
the
what's
reflection
coming?"
story.
It was after. It
was after that one.
Yeah.
I saw your reaction to that, and you did good keeping it in, but I almost lost it over here laughing. But just the listeners would have no context there to why I was laughing at that point. But all right, all right,
Ready?
Yes, sir.
Number 8.
Number 8.
8.
Add another log on the fire.
Yo, did you get it?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, cool. On and off. On the graveyard shift, a new security officer is in charge of a street and model homes. Did that read right?
Kind of.
He's in charge of a street of model homes.
Oh.
The security officer that works at night is in charge of, to keep secure of these model homes along the street.
There's
Okay.
no graveyard?
No graveyard.
Where did I get
I said
graveyard?
graveyard shift.
Yeah. Oh, graveyard shift. Look, with the campfire and the ambiance you've set, I thought graveyard too. I had no clue it was the graveyard
Only
shift.
because I used to work the graveyard shift. I knew exactly what was going on. Like,
Got
yep, makes sense.
Gotcha.
I'm there.
Okay.
I'm there.
So this guy has to watch this street of houses that are model homes. You're like in a new neighborhood, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, upon his patrols through the neighborhood, he would often see people watching him from the upstairs windows of the homes, and when he'd investigate, they would be empty. We're just getting started. During the nights, one of his responsibilities is to go and shut off all the lights in all the houses on the street. On his second night, he was making his way through the fourth house. All the lights in the kitchen went out. It wasn't a power surge or blown breaker. A few minutes later, he hears a click, and the kitchen lights come back on, followed by all the lights in the next house going out. But the TV remained on. As he finished with... follow me here.
Yeah,
As he finished with the last house on the left next to the... No, I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, second house to fourth night, seventh house on the left, carry the 2.
This is a word problem by the end.
Yeah.
It's the twist. This one's a word problem.
So what shift was the guy working? That's the question at the end.
Did he receive overtime that week? Okay.
Purple, because squirrels don't wear
Jesus
hats.
Christ, you scared the crap out of me. I'm telling a scary story here. I'm a little cold. Can I have that blanket?
Sit closer to the fire.
Oh, that's true. Okay. Okay, so where was I?
The lights went off, but the TV stayed on.
Yep.
And the last
Okay.
house on the left.
Yeah, as he finished with the last house, he noticed that all the lights in the second and third house were all lit up again. By the third night, things got weirder. The lights would either turn on or off in a room as he entered it. As he entered the kitchen,
Like Star Trek.
As he entered the kitchen, the hood light came on, and then he hears a series of clicks coming from the second floor, as if someone was running through the house, turning on all the lights. Sure enough, as he went upstairs, many of the lights had turned off, were now back on. At one point, a desk lamp turned itself back on 3 times. In the dining room, they had a dimmer light. The light slowly started turning on right in front of him. Now for the weirdest. After leaving the house, he noticed what looks like a skunk go behind a porta potty. When it walked back out again, it appeared to look more like a black Shih Tzu dog. It proceeded to change size and color right in front of him. Doberman, bloodhound, a tan mastiff,
Whoa.
and finally a yellow lab, before running off into the dark. Security officer says he is willing to believe that the lights in the house could possibly be chalked off as bad wiring or a timer gone haywire, but this last part is the final straw. The officer states that as he was walking past one of the houses, someone or something hits him right in his right shoulder hard, as if someone had walked past him and punched him. The officer then told him told his boss to never assign him there again.
Oh, jeez.
What was he on?
Well, so much LSD for one.
Mushrooms?
Yeah.
That sounded like a neat trip.
That sounds like your wife got mad at you and passive-aggressively stuffed magic mushrooms on your pizza. And that's what happened.
I also have bonus material for this one. Little side note, little writer's credit here. Credit? That's not right. Anyway, while I was putting this list together and watching all this stuff or reading all this stuff, one of my lamps in my house came on by itself.
Ooh, spooky.
What if something was to happen in here while we're reviewing this with us?
Dun, dun, dun.
You mean like that mysterious noise that came from upstairs about an hour ago?
Yeah, that's true.
Or the flying skulls on the wall.
You love those skulls.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, number 7.
7.
I've fallen...
Sorry, I had to count in my
I
head.
was waiting and waiting because I didn't hear one from over here yet. And
I'm surprised I didn't think to do the Spanish one.
Yeah. Oh.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
All right. I know this one already. She's got the little life alert on her chest.
They have Viagra for that.
Sorry, I had to wet my whiffle. One day, a police officer was dispatched to an elderly woman's home to investigate. Other police had arrived on the scene but dispatched this particular officer to his small size. Neighbors had heard the TV of an old woman very loud for days with no sign of her. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
So her TV was on. Nobody saw her.
The loud TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it loud?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's an imperative part of the story here. The officer had to make his way in through a bedroom window. Upon entering, he could hear the TV very loud and could tell it was Fox News. As he entered, he calls out, "Police!
Relevance?
Anyone here?" I don't know. He then hears the voice of an old woman go, "Here!" As he rushes down the hall into the living room, he sees the old woman face down and isn't responsive to him. He checks the woman and discovers she's dead, and it had been for some time, days most likely. He then lets the other officers in the front door and tells them that he heard a voice.
Ooh, you hear that wolf?
Yeah. He then lets the other officers in the front door and tells them that he heard a voice and the entire house needed to be searched. Upon searching, they found no one else in the home.
Damn. And these are all stories that are true from real police records.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
I love how in this situation, Fox News was narrating the people.
Yeah, that's is that to insinuate she's a very Republican-leaning individual? And I don't get it.
I think just whenever there's any kind of demonic evil activity, you can count Fox News as being played in the background.
There you go. Was this one of Trump's ex-girlfriends that are filing sexual harassment against him now?
Adam. Okay, moving on.
Yes.
Number 6.
6.
6.
I was
Do
waiting.
you want me to take over the Spanish ones?
I think it's funnier because I have to count it out each time. I used to be fluent in it. And then I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, oh shit! I think I counted 5, not 6 once. So I had to start over.
Yeah. Okay, this one is entitled "Morgue Than We Bargained For."
Morgue than we bargained for. I like that.
You like that? Just opened my mouth and out it came. Sorry. Okay.
That's what he said.
On the night shift, a custodian was
Working
cleaning.
on the night shift.
Hey, he's telling a story.
Andrea really is into these stories.
It's okay because it's the ambiance. We got the campfire going. We're outside.
I wanted to sing Kumbaya, but no.
I'm pretty sure I just got Zika by now.
Come closer to the fire.
Yeah. Just stick your toes in it.
Lord, isn't that the pool?
Oh,
I hear gunshots.
you hear that?
This
I
is
heard it
Florida.
earlier too.
Sounds like Daffy just got taken out.
It's Florida man out in the swamp.
That's true.
Okay. Morgue than we bargained for. On the night shift, a custodian was cleaning a morgue and saw someone inside the building down a dark hallway. As the custodian would shut lights off as he made his way through the building and decided to call the police. When the police arrived, they searched the building. Eventually, one of the police officers shouts down this dark hallway, "Stop, police! Turn around slowly." The police see a young woman standing there with long hair. She then darts off into one of the rooms down the hall. As the police make their way down the room, they see a body covered with a sheet and with a toe tag that said the body had died 4 days before. The body was of the woman they had just witnessed in the hallway.
Nope. Fuck, nope.
Don't ever take those morgue calls.
Nope.
No?
Isn't that where the alien got found in the morgue? Oh, that's Men in Black. I was thinking. I was mixing stories here.
So good. So that is our first 5.
Very nice.
And we will take a break. But when we come back, let's see here, a little teaser.
Al regreso.
Oh, this will be perfect for our ambiance. But when we come back, we're going to hear about creepy noise in the woods. Stay tuned.
Here at the Twisted 10, we love the participation that we get out of our listeners, both through email, thetwisted10@gmail.com, or through our Facebook messages. If you have your own idea for a top 10 list, shoot us a direct message and let us know. Even better, if you're interested in coming and guesting on the studio, we can either set it up over the internet, so anywhere in the world, or if you want to come into our studio in here, let us know that as well. No other podcasts let their listeners take over the entire podcast for the hour, but that's kind of the concept behind the Twisted 10. So let us know. We look forward to hearing from you.
And we're back.
Oh,
You guys enjoying the fire?
I'm nice and toasty now.
Well,
I'm scared
Full
of the
of
spiders.
you're what? What's that, sweetie?
Don't say spiders around Adam.
Yo, seriously, if something else bites me, I'm sure I'm gonna have to kill someone.
Hey, let's go streaking in the pond.
No,
After
no.
the stories.
All of
Right
us,
now, it's gather around, boys and girls.
all of us have Zika.
We have story time.
Send help.
And Adam, you need to stay off those marshmallows for a little bit, okay? You've had enough. And Jay, stop being so cynical. We're together in nature having fun.
So what you're saying is that we just mass contracted Zika.
Stop being negative.
This is what we get for camping in Wynwood.
Well, you're not planning on having any babies. So there you go.
But you're losing weight by the blood they're sucking out. Every cloud of the silver lining.
The smile she added at the end of that made it perfect.
All right, so gather around, boys and girls. Here we go.
All right.
You ready for another one?
Yes.
Okay, do you have to go to the bathroom, Jay? You good?
I think I'm good right now.
Do you want to remind us of the 10 through 6? The titles that you put
All
on
right,
them?
so if you forgot, we'll go back over them again. It's okay. Number 10 is Man in the Yard.
In the
Number
mirror.
9 is Child's Play. Number 8 is On and Off. Number 7 is I've Fallen and I Can't Get Up. And number 6 is Morgue Than We Bargained For.
That's such a clever name.
Thanks. Okay. So now brings us to number 5.
Five.
That's mine.
Cinco.
5.
Five.
And this one is entitled Because Drugs.
Yes.
An elderly woman called the police because her adult grandson that was living with her was under the influence of drugs and was starting to scare her. He was claiming that there was a man hanging by a noose in his room wearing a military uniform.
Oh, man.
Yeah, the old woman didn't want to go in and look because her grandson would oftentimes invite drug addicts over to his room and she was scared of him. So she called the police. When the police arrived, they checked the house and found nobody hanging in the room. Once the investigating police officer made his way back to the station, he was telling the story to an older officer who then stated that he responded to that same address years ago, and it was a suicide case of a World War II veteran who had put on his military uniform and hung himself in one
Damn.
of the back bedrooms.
So they resurrected the ghost of that thing.
crazy, right?
You know, that's really just that grandma playing a prank saying, I'll make that motherfucker scared of those drug dealers. I don't know why I went black with it all of a sudden.
Wow,
Might
I
not
didn't
have
know
been
you were
black.
going black. Yeah, what a dick. Moving on.
All right.
All right, number 4.
4.
Quattro.
Jesus.
I was waiting. I was giving Adam time to count.
Thank you. As we get closer to 1, I got him a little bit quicker. Not much.
I want to make sure you can get tripped up on your way like you did to 6.
Good point.
This one is entitled Hello.
Is it me?
No.
I was waiting for it. Or that one, or Hello
I
from
can
the other.
see it in your
I think
eyes.
Hello from the other side would probably be more
From the
more apt for
other
this.
side.
Oh, that's a whole new meaning with this topic.
Right? Oh, wait, what?
Hello from the other side.
I gotcha. Okay, this one.
Ooh.
Gunshots again?
Don't ever fart towards a fire.
It's called Hello? Okay. A police officer was on duty when he receives a phone call from an elderly man with shortness of breath who wanted the officer to give him a phone number of a local doctor. The officer didn't have the number on hand, but kindly asked the elderly man to hold while he placed the phone down and looked it up. After a minute or so of looking up the number, the officer picks the phone back up, and the line was still open, but he didn't hear anything. The officer begins to shout into the phone for the old man to make some sort of noise in fear that he was in dire need of medical assistance, but yet got no response. They traced the call and sent out officers to the old man's residence. When they arrived, they recognized the address they had been to a few weeks before. An old man who had lived alone had died in the house from respiratory illness a few weeks prior.
Damn.
So was that a 911 call in the afterlife?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's spooky.
Was that some...
There's other true stories where the people are from the calls from the afterlife come in.
Yeah.
Where people have died.
Yeah, it was like a story about a lady who was at her husband's funeral, and when she got out of the church, she had a voicemail, and it was her husband.
Jesus.
Crazy.
During the funeral he called in?
He had died, and like he had been robbed on a trip or something, and he had called her before he left the hotel, and the voicemail just never got through until after. He was leaving the house to go somewhere. He was leaving the hotel to go somewhere, so he called her to say hi. While he was out, he was murdered. By the time they flew the body back, had the funeral and everything, that's when the voicemail finally got through.
Wouldn't it be kind of shitty if his last voicemail was like conceding into some horrible activities he's done or something? I need to confess. I just got to get this off of my chest.
Or he That was so good.
All you're doing is listening for it, though.
That was on purpose.
Yeah, well, you were fucking rhyming. Number 3.
Three.
Tres.
This one's called The Scream. Scary already, huh? Setting the tone.
Please, I was
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
that was loud.
gonna say, please
Scared me.
edit a scream after he says the scream.
Done.
Okay.
Scared the shit out of Ollie.
Who needed a scream?
Okay. 2 officers are dispatched out to a residence where a family lives in the woods. The family claims that there are very strange screaming coming from the woods near a creek area about 1,000 yards away from the home. And while discussing it on the porch, the scream happens for the officers to hear. They say the scream sounded like a woman screaming in distress, except very high-pitched and very strange sounding. It lasted for up to 10 seconds. The officers begin to move towards the creek where the scream sound is coming from. They hear it 2 more times as they get closer. By this time, they're getting freaked out. As they reach the creek bed, they hear nothing for about 5 minutes, and they begin to yell out for anyone to be there. There is nothing. Until they hear the scream again, but this time, it's behind them, coming from the direction they had just come from. They move towards the scream, which is towards the house. About halfway back to the scream happens again, only this time it's right next to them. They frantically shine their flashlights and see nothing. No person, no animal, no eye glints in the bushes, nothing. Just silence. Then the scream comes from the creek again. This time, it lasted 30 seconds and much louder. The officers looked more, but never found anything. After some time, the sound stopped, and they told the family to call if it happened again. One last thing the officers noted, and that when the screams happened, all of the forest noise stopped. Only dead silence, no frogs, no crickets, no owls, nothing. After the final scream happened, about a minute later, a cricket began to chirp again in the distance.
Creepy.
Weird.
That's a short story, like a short movie, right there, just in its own.
I've thought of these like as shooting like a...
Hell yeah. All you got to do is find a nice
creepy.
creek somewhere to film that. That'd be awesome.
Nope. Nope.
You would have handed in your badge twice now.
I wouldn't follow the scream.
Well, if you're a cop, you kind of have to.
Nope.
It's your job,
Yeah.
your duty.
But the scream can't magically go all the way over there again. That's weird.
Yeah,
It's
I go
moving
out for
too
the first
fast.
scream. Once I hear a second scream, and it's like, nope. Once it gets creepy, I'm done. Best of luck to you, honey. I hope you carried a rape whistle.
Maybe that's what that sound was a rape whistle.
How did it move so fast?
I don't know, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Multiple victims and they all died. It was just their last whistle.
That would suck.
You'd have to be the most unlucky rapist to pick up a group of women and all of them carry a rape whistle.
That's a very interesting perspective on that. That's funny.
That was weird. Let's move on. You guys warm enough? You good? Mm-hmm. Comfy?
It's cozy.
Yeah?
Like your fire this week, Tach.
Thanks. It took me a while. I really wanted to work on it before you guys got here. Then I set them all up like in a little triangle pyramid thing like you're supposed to. Had to look that up. And then after a good solid 12 minutes of trying to get a fire going, finally got it going. And
Is it a good idea to do it inside the house, though?
that's the part I wasn't sure about.
I wanna say
hope
that's
you guys
why-
don't mind.
and
I
all
wanna
the
say-
bugs you brought in here?
Well, I have to. It's for the ambiance.
I want to say this is why Are You Afraid of the Dark didn't make it. The house they had the fire in just burned to the ground one day mysteriously.
Yep.
They did an episode about it with Robert Stack.
But no, we're not inside the house, silly. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Number 2.
Those.
Two.
This one's called School Alarm. A school's alarm went off. I wasn't very creative. Sorry. School's alarm went off
Don't say.
late one night, so 2 officers were dispatched to investigate. They found nothing along the exterior, no signs of entry, so they reported it clear and continued on with their night. A little while later, they're dispatched again to the same location. Again, the alarm was set off. They investigate again, exterior sweeps, and look into windows, only to find nothing. A little bit later, the alarm at the school goes off a third time. This time, they call for someone from the school to come and let them in and do a search of the entire school to see if someone had breached somehow. A custodian shows up and lets the police officers in. They conduct a 3-hour search of the property and come up with nothing. A moment later, they hear a noise coming from downstairs near the boiler room. Upon investigating, they don't find a single person. What they do find is one single footprint made in water on the floor. And it said it looked like it was from a child.
Creepy.
Nope.
A one-footed
Nope.
child.
A one-footed
Nope.
child.
Creepy.
What about those times where there was only one footprint? Well, son, those were the times where I flipped my ankle and hopped with you.
So was it one single print in the middle of a floor, or was it one
I don't
like set of prints?
That's
That,
it.
I'm thinking one
foot.
single print. Yeah.
It was probably a child dressed up like a flamingo for Halloween.
That must be it. I'm sure that was in the report.
Makes sense.
You alright over there?
Sorry, what she said made me almost joke. No, that was funny. I'm just picturing this kid as a one-legged flamingo.
and he was sweating because he was standing there so long. Said that's where the water came from.
Close.
Easy. And then he learned how to fly and just flew away.
That was it. We nailed it.
God,
Yeah.
that was
Case
so good.
closed.
We should call them.
Call Robert Stack immediately.
He's dead.
Not according to this chart.
Yeah, not in these stories.
Oh. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. And number 1.
Una visión. Oh, that's too far. Too far.
This one's called Key Holder.
Does it involve a key holder?
Maybe.
Are you the gatekeeper or
I'm
the
the
key
key
master?
master. Are you the gatekeeper?
I could say that this list had no twist, but I think there may have been a repetition of 2 words put together seem to appear in every single story. It's not confirmed. I just feel like it has, but it's how this
Not
first one
confirmed?
starts. 2 officers are dispatched. I think that sentence is in all of them.
Well, yeah, these are police reports.
Yeah.
True. But it just, I don't know, it just seems
Maybe
funny.
that's why it's a coincidence, Dad.
Maybe it's weird that all of them are about cops.
I know that, but just the wording. But it's mostly because this is my writing. I'm the one that wrote it like that. So. And if I didn't know, I just still said,
2
yeah,
officers.
probably 2. Unless it was a guy that was like, I was alone. And, you know.
I mean, you could easily say each one of them starts like a porno movie. 2 officers were dispatched.
And here we go. Key holder. 2 officers are dispatched to a doctor's office late one night. An alarm had been set off. They called dispatch and informed them that they need to check inside and to call for a key holder to arrive on site to let them in. A few minutes later, a key holder arrives and lets the officers investigate. They begin to search each office and room. Down this one long, dark hallway, there's a single light at the end of the hall. As they made their way down the hall to the end, where the light was, they both noticed that the one single light that was once above them is now out, and another one is on near it. One officer turns to his partner and says something about it, and notices that he is pale and looks horrified. He asks him what was wrong, and the officer states, "Didn't we close all the doors in this hallway as we checked the rooms?" He says, "Yes," says the first officer. Then he turns to see that all the doors were wide open again. They get a little freaked out by all this and make their way to the main lobby, only to find out the door is locked and the key holder is nowhere to be found. They radio dispatch to see if they can get a hold of the key holder to let them out, but the dispatch says that the key holder hasn't arrived on site yet and was still en route. They call the dispatch on the phone, and the dispatch said that there's no way that we were let in by a key holder. Eventually, the real key holder arrived on scene. She asked the officer to describe the key holder that arrived. They did, and she states that it sounded like they described one of the doctors that had an office at the end of the hall. She then said that he committed suicide several days ago in his summer home.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Even in death, that man shows up to work. That is ethic.
That's true.
That is an ethic. And that is an ethic that has been long dead in this country, sir.
Absolutely.
Probably why he could afford a summer home.
Right? Even in death, his wife is nagging him for money.
So that is all the ones I had. Those were in no particular order. This is just the order I wrote them in. So
Very good.
All right.
thanks. Is everybody spooked out for Halloween?
Yeah. I liked it. I like the ambiance in there.
Oh, sorry.
That was good stories. It, you know, the as you're listening to the stories with the campfire background, it sets the mood.
It's just the
That
mood.
worked.
That's why I
That was
close
my
my
goal.
eyes and pretend.
I'm glad that we all did this. So let's all hold hands. Okay. Jay, hold his hand.
I'm not holding anyone's hand unless I'm promised.
Just hold his hand.
I was promised ice cream, damn it.
That's not my
And you'll
hand.
get that.
It was here till
later,
it
Jay.
melted.
Hold hands. Okay.
Happy ending.
I don't remember the words to Kumbaya.
Hold Jay's hand. Okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
this is he's warm and clammy.
Ready? Kumbaya. No, I'm just kidding. Let go. Stop holding hands. All right.
Gay.
So that was stop holding hands. So that was the Twisted 10. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys like the ambiance. I kind of like that. I think we should do this every week. A new ambiance.
Ah, all right. I agree.
You know, like he can do like the beach or something.
Add
and
something else.
She can do like a construction site or something, where we all have to yell.
Are we construction workers and she's walking by in like a skirt?
Oh wait, is one of us a construction worker? The other one's a cowboy.
Can I
One's
be
a
the
police
seaman?
I
officer.
see where this is going.
I'm the seaman.
Maybe I want it to be under the sea.
Under the sea.
Let's see.
Or
So
up in the
anyway,
sky.
so how could somebody get a hold of us?
Well, they can visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/thetwisted10. They can email us at, I don't remember what's the email address.
The email address is very simple. Ready? thetwisted10@gmail.com.
All right.
And you can also follow us on Facebook as well. Did you say that?
I said
think you did.
Facebook
I thought you
already.
just said Twitter. But
Nope, didn't say the Twitter one.
oh, it is at thetwisted10.
All right.
If you have an idea for a list that you want us to do, or you can set up yourself and come on the show and do it yourself, yeah, you can just hit us up on one of those, and we will make it happen, I guess.
Almost face of the earth. Who's up next, by the way?
I'm up next.
Definitely
week.
not me.
Oh,
Yeah.
Isn't it Andrea's turn, though?
Nope. There
don't think
is
so.
no Andrea.
There's no Andrea. All right.
Nope.
So do you have a teaser for possibly a list that you're doing?
Yeah. No. I know what list I'm doing. What's a good teaser? I've been trying to come up with a teaser all night, and I've come up with crap. Yeah, I've got nothing to tease with. I'm horrible at this. I'll get better. I'll eventually get good at this, guys. I'm sorry.
you don't always have to. No, it's all right. You don't always have to have a
get
teaser.
get some good tunes to listen to ready, guys. I think that'd be good.
Ooh,
That's the
That's the
teaser?
teaser.
Get some good tunes ready for you.
Okay.
You're gonna want some background music for this.
Are you going to want some ambiance for your episode?
Yeah, it's gonna be some ambiance.
All right. Cool. Very cool. All right. Well, that does it for this week. And next week, let's look forward to Jay Alvarez episode, and which we will be recording actually on Halloween night.
Ooh, yes, we will.
So be prepared.
Be prepared. Please, I'm sorry, please, Disney, don't sue us.
We'll just leave our decorations up from the Halloween party. We'll be good.
Well, yeah,
I may still be
Halloween.
crashing here from the Halloween party.
Okay. So as for the Twisted 10, my name is Tach,
I'm Adam.
I'm Andrea Joy.
I'm Jay Alvarez.
and have a good night. Down, hack it, what have you.
No limits. It could be anything from past inventions that were debunked to conspiracy theories to end of the world events to what was your episode that you just did? Oh, things found in the human body. It could be
Mythical
anything.
creatures, princesses,
Right.
unicorns.
That's right.
Unicorns could be in
so
there too.
this is all original lists. We do steal them from different things on the internet. However, but we put this list specifically together on our own just for the show. And a lot of times it takes a long time to prepare, right, Andrea?
Right, it does.
So Andrea has opted out of making lists from now on.
Oh, she'll make another
Only
one.
because she had such a hard time. Well, here's the main reason is you're using paper and a pencil.
What's wrong with paper and a pencil?
Try the internet.
It's what the savages use, madam.
Yeah, you're Amish girl. I mean, you can copy and paste on a tablet.
I don't have a tablet.
Okay.
Use this one.
Sometimes you just can't beat the feel of real copy and paste.
That's right.
Sometimes
what-
you just really need to cut it.
That's what my college professors. God damn it! Let me start that over. That's what my college I
So
can't.
the hey Joey, and I finished that sentence in my like, hey Joey, tell these guys about the night terrors you used to have. Yeah, all the nights where as an adult you would wake up sweating in your face and peeing in your pants. Those things there. Joey's nightmares. Sorry, that was.
Could you just hand me one of those marshmallows to toast before we start?
Yeah. Hold
Oh,
on.
we're making s'mores.
Totally.
Yeah.
Man, I'm hungry too.
There you go. Did you make? I like my marshmallow set on fire
And then blow it
blown
out.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear the wolves?
Oh, shit. Hurry to go on with the show when they get here.
Okay, so let's start at number 10.
Number 10.
I call this one Man in the Yard. A police officer is dispatched to a home of an old woman late at night who had claimed that she had witnessed a man standing in her yard and just staring at her. Not saying a word or reacting, just staring back at her while she was on the phone with 911 dispatcher. After a few minutes of the man just staring at her, he eventually just took off into the darkness. Moments later, the police arrived and find no traces of anyone being in the yard. Upon further,
It's for you guys.
Oh, we could turn that episode into a drinking game. Yeah, for every doorbell that rings during the podcast, you take a shot.
It's going to be 0.
I'm shutting off the light.
It's 0 anyway. The neighbor already told me that this is like nothing.
A dead neighborhood, really?
Nothing on Halloween.
Ooh, a dead neighborhood.
Well, probably not as late as we record. Yeah, he's probably right. It is pretty dark by the time we start.
I should get a cute little Halloween gift with some candy and a little doll in it for their little girl. Oh, I'm sorry. We're doing a show.
It's okay. So yeah, we will be in here in Halloween. It's our recording night.
Yeah.
And it's Halloween coincidentally. So,
but it won't release till a few days after that.
do you want that to be the Halloween episode? Even
Hell
though it'll
no.
be after Halloween. So this is the Halloween episode.
Let's do it tonight. I mean, that's kind of up to you at this point.
Well, I mean, I have a spooky theme here.
Sweet.
So, welcome to the Halloween episode, everybody.
Ooh, all right. Is there a twist in this week?
Oh, what?
Do you have a twist this week?
No, I had no twist this week. So, for those of you who this is your first episode, the show is called The Twisted 10, and what we do is a different hosts every episode, and they come with their own original top 10 list of whatever we want, and then we all discuss it, break it down.
Fuck it. Continue.
Your college
Can't say it.
professors over at the YMCA.
Now I just want to say it with a lisp.
Okay. So this week, everybody, is our Halloween episode. So this week's title with no twist is Top 10 Twisted and Haunting, True Police Stories.
Ooh. I like it.
So gather around the campfire, kids.
Do you have
What's that? Oh,
Wow.
you like the ambiance? Yeah, just had a producer just put it together.
Did you say you had a pretty surge put together?
Yeah, pretty search and
Producer.
producer.
Okay. Surge is good.
I had the producer put that together. So
Oh,
anyway.
yes.
All right, so I got all my information. By the way, I have to shout out, if you will, to the YouTube channels of Corpse Husband, Shadow in the Closet, Top 5 Unknowns, The Grim Reader, and Joey's Nightmares. So this is where I got all this information from.
Hey, Joey.
All right.
Okay, so are we ready to begin?
I'm sorry. He was.
You're listening to The Twisted, bringing you original and unique, host-created, recorded live in world-famous Cocoa Beach, Florida.
And welcome to the Twisted 10. I am one of your hosts. Well, I'm the host for today's episode anyway, but I'm one of the hosts. My name is Tach. And just to the right of me,
I am a guest this week. I am Adam.
and sitting over there in the lady chase,
Hi, I'm Andrea Joy.
and with us as always is the hilariously funny.
I'm Jay Alvarez, and I am also a co-host.
All right. So, as you guys know, we got Halloween coming up.
Ooh.
Right?
Spooky.
Anybody have any special plans? I know that,
Yeah, we're doing a little party.
yeah, you guys are having a party. But on actual Halloween, any plans?
Well, theoretically, we're going to be in here recording, so we might
Yeah,
be.
we will.
You know what? We should probably leave the ding dongs of the doorbell.
I have some surprises